Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Cancer, I'm going to try to see you clearly this week. I'm going to try to understand who you really are. I'm going to look at who you are, the mask you wear, why you hide your true self, how this affects your relationships. I'm going to give you some advice. Take it or leave it. Well, it's not really me. The cards are going to give you advice. And then we're going to see what the possible outcome is should you follow the advice. So it's going to be all wild unknown this week. We're going to do the Wild Unknown Tarot, and I'm going to start with magic unicorns. I'm going to start with the Wild Unknown Oracle deck and see who you really are, Cancer. All right, Cancer, you have a very interesting reading. Now, I don't know, did you see, because it kind of gets sped up, but when I was pulling out the tarot deck to do your spread, this oracle card was in the tarot deck. It's the eagle card. I mean, it's not impossible for it to happen, because sometimes I get, even when I'm putting the cards back, like they, it's all by the same artist. But then usually it's good to put them back in the deck by the back end, because then it's very different, the black and the white cards. So I don't know, maybe it has some meaning for you here. The eagle, it is harnessing the sun. It is like going after the true goodness in life, Cancer. So your underline, you have the Mother of Pentacles, the Sun, or the Knight of Pentacles, and the Lizard. Kind of want to say maybe you were sort of taking a break here from responsibilities, long-term responsibilities, taking some sort of break, reinvigorating yourself after some sort of long-term responsibility. Yeah. So anyways, that's the underlying. The cards are very interesting. So, the first thing I want to say is there's something about you that there's a lot to you that people don't see. I'm going to say that. There's a lot to you that people don't see. Now, who you really are is interesting. You're the hyena. And with that, you've got the Father of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. So you're a bit mischievous. I'm going to say that right now. And with the Father of Wands, I'm actually picking up a really mischievous little energy here. Because my stepdad was, I guess, like a Father of Wands. He was a Leo. And he was a firefighter, like, way back when he was working. Oh, my God. The stories of the things that he used to do. He was a jokester. Oh, my God. Some of the things that he had done. Just like a practical jokester. So I kind of like, it's funny that that's sitting there with the hyena. So I feel like you are like a little bit mischievous, maybe. A bit of a practical joker. Now, the thing though that's interesting too with the hyena is this could be somebody that also kind of masks their emotion. So you mask your emotions. Well, that's, I want to say that could even be really a Cancerian thing, because it's, when you're really soft inside, you got to protect that. But there is something here about you masking perhaps your emotions through humor, which can be the hyena card, masking your mischievousness. I think there's a real boldness to you that isn't readily seen. And if anything, I want to say this is not hard to get this to come out of you. If it's the right person in the right circumstance. So forgive me for not showing you like all the cards in this area. That's why I kind of gave you the spread, because this is a very holistic reading. I think I'm just going to kind of keep going this way without explaining why I see that. You can go back and look at the cards and piece it together for yourself if you'd like. And I may hold up cards periodically, but it's really much easier for me to describe kind of like who you are and what's going on, the way that I'm doing it. So I think that you're also someone that, you know, you can have a lot of fun. You can have a lot of happiness with Cancer. You are someone that in the right person, the right circumstance, you can really build with here. A really, really strong leader. Now, I kind of feel like in whatever way that I'm reading you here, it's like there may even be like two facets of your life that I'm picking up, you know, and people who know you in this area of your life, you know, like let's say if it's something like work, they know you in this way. And then if people know you more personally, they kind of know, well, that I know this about you, you know, like it could be that I'm picking up here, because I want to say, like, to people you, people may perceive you as being kind of like closed off, but it's a mask, like you're really not. And it's funny because like what I was saying, like two different facets of your life. So I'm going to show you this, because it's the earthworm with the mask that you're wearing. The earthworm, the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Emperor. So it's almost like people perceive you a certain way because of maybe even some sort of responsibilities that you take on. Like, oh, long-term responsibilities, right? With this Nine of Wands. Needing to be fair and equal and have a lot of responsibility. But what's funny, it's like, it's a mask. So, and the way I see the rest of you, so I'm going to come down here. So advice for you, this is the advice for you area. And it is to be very pragmatic. It's to be, you know, dignified, very dignified, courageous, proud. But because, so here's the funny thing. It's like, everyone will know that everyone will have respect for you. Like, because of something, and maybe it is something that you do in work or a way you show up for family and friends. Like, everyone will respect you, but not everyone will really know you. Okay? So that's like, that's your advice. So that's your advice. So think about that. So, to exhibit yourself and function in a way, everyone does have respect for you, but not everyone will really know you. And that's the key here, right? Like, so you're already kind of doing that to me. I think you're already doing that because you have the earthworm. Like, there's parts of you here that people know that they can't see, and they kind of maybe perceive it as you don't know how to express yourself, or you feel a little bit uncomfortable expressing yourself. But it's almost as if, no, there's certain people that you're just not supposed to do that with. And then but you are like actively utilizing this as a mask. So, oh, here's the other interesting thing. So I don't know if you caught this, seeing them come out. Did you see how like the lion and the lamb came together? So the advice is the lion, the outcome is the lamb. I thought that was really kind of cool. And anyways, it's not the lion and the lamb anymore. It's the wolf and the lamb. That's it's one of those Mandela effect things. Oh my God. I have never, ever in my life, up until the last, I think that's a Mandela effect that occurred like about 8 years ago or so, for me anyways, on my timeline, where it suddenly became the wolf and the lamb. And then it's everywhere. It's like everywhere. But I can remember 70s and 80s, lion and the lamb, that stuff. Anyway, so you have that. So I'm going to stick with the old timeline here. The lion shall lay down with the lamb. Unless it switched again, I wonder. I don't know, sometimes they do switch. The Flintstones done that a lot. Okay. Why do you hide yourself? Like, why do you mask yourself, right? Well, I kind of want to say it almost feels professional in an odd way. Or it feels like, well, it's important to appear this way here, and it's kind of important that I appear this way here. So okay, right? Like, but you do have the turtle. And one of the things that's really come for me with the turtle lately is this interesting energy. It came through in one of the other readings of, you know, seeing a mountain in front of you. And if you looked at the mountain from the perspective of the turtle, it would seem impossible to climb, or it would seem like something that could take such a long time to climb. But then all of a sudden these heavy rains come in and the area is flooded. And now you can see the sea turtle has no problem getting to the top of the mountain. So it's interesting too, because this is I want to say it's a red-eared slider. So it's a turtle that could do both the land and the water. It's really like, you can be two things here. You can be exactly how maybe one group perceives you to be, but then you can also navigate through another realm. You're like quite earthy, quite watery. But now the water is the thing that really gets the success here, right? Because the whole idea with the, you know, trying to scale a mountain and it seemed impossible to a small turtle. But the minute all the water is introduced, it can be, and like within seconds, the top of the mountain can be reached. And that's interesting too, because you've got the 10 of Cups here, you know, that goes with who you really are. So you can make the water great. You can do great things in the water, in the emotion, in the intuition. So there is a sense here of you needing some sort of water, or, okay, so the other interesting thing is like the mask you hide behind is like this responsible emperor that cannot open up and has no, you're all bound up inside. You know, you don't know how to express yourself creatively, or you don't know how to open up about your emotions, but you're not that at all. If anything, you're the 10. You're the 10 of Cups. You can be quite a lot of fun. You can be quite a lot of fun. Now, so then the Empress is coming over here for why you hide your true self. This could even be you, like with someone. Like you could have maybe an emperor energy in your life that is kind of domineering. And in that circumstance, when people see you with that person, they would think that, wow, you're really kind of wrapped up, or you're kind of dominated by that energy, right? So it doesn't have to be a position that you hold. It could be somebody around you that that's like, there's a particular reason why this is the way it is. But in all honesty, you flow. You've got a lot of capabilities once your emotions come out. So it could be that too. It could be with the 9 of Pentacles and the Empress and the Fool. Like why you hide your true self? Because maybe there is like some domineering energy around you that makes you mask. And even the Earthworm kind of like shy and withdrawn. You're a good time. You are a good time. But there are two sides of you too with the hyena. So the 9 of Pentacles, why? This turtle, we already talked about the turtle. The 9 of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Fool. And there too, like if the 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles and the Empress, but the 9 of Pentacles is the Empress in hiding and protection. And then it blossoms into the Empress and taking like a leap here, taking a leap of faith. For some of you, it might be something that needs to be removed. Like the Empress could either be like you blossoming, but that can only happen when something kind of heavy and domineering or controlling or very patriarchally is affecting you being able to do that, right? But then I want to say when the right situation, the right environment presents itself, the blossoming is fast, like it's really fast. This water comes in and the turtle hits the top of the mountain without any problems. But the 9 of Pentacles, it could even be something where perhaps there's something that you want to achieve, but it's not possible because there's the thing that you want to achieve, somebody already has it. Like if it was a job position, well, somebody already has that position. I have to wait for them to vacate. Or if it's, I want to get in and talk with that person, but I can't because there's a domineering energy in there right now talking with them. I can't do that. So, you know, it's actually honestly kind of, there's a really sort of beautiful flowy energy here, but also very practical. So I kind of want to say too, there is some sort of sense here with not feeling like it should be difficult to scale the mountain. If you are more of like a divine feminine energy, and here's the thing though, like you have this capability of kind of like going after things, do what you want, and like really making your own happiness happen, and really like bringing in the people that you want to bring into your life. You're quite capable of doing that, but you kind of showing up like you're wrapped up. And I think part of it too could be if you're even sort of respecting your own feminine energy, whether you're masculine or feminine, you're not going to try to scale a mountain that seems like it's not the right environment to scale it. I mean, this little tiny turtle, and if I'm talking about like Mount Everest or K2 or something like that, it's going to take forever. He probably won't even make it in his lifetime, although turtles live a long time. Right? The water needs to come in. So like sort of like you mask yourself, you keep it all curled up, because this is a ridiculous environment to try to scale this. Well, maybe that too with the 9 of Wands, right? Like this environment is ridiculous to try to scale that. Or this situation isn't. It's not. It needs to change. So some sort of water element needs to be introduced. And then it's like, right, then everything starts to blossom. But you always think about that too, like the desert. You know, maybe it's that too. Maybe it's not a mountain. Maybe it's the idea of this turtle. The desert is in front of the turtle. Well, I can only get so far. I guess I can walk on the land, but at some point water would need to be introduced here. And then, you know, like there's certain plants in the desert that just sit there like dormant for years. And then some of this water starts coming down, and it all, like, right, this feels like dormant and closed off, but then it all blossoms. It all starts to blossom. And then here, and then poop, jump in the water. Poop, take a little leap of faith. So that's why you hide yourself, because I feel like some sort of environment or situation, it's ridiculous to try to scale it. It's ridiculous to try to cross the desert in that context. I feel like I need to take a breath. Like I've said so much here. Okay. How this affects your relationships. Be grounded. You have the buffalo. You could create big changes in relationships, but they could take time. Like I'm just hearing, you know, like it's almost like you can kind of get the sense. You hear all this lightning, and it's just the sounds of the like herds of buffalo. You could probably hear them from miles and miles and miles away back, excuse me, when the herds were really, really big. And even like rolling thunder. My little dog Lily does that like it does right now. It'd be breezy and sunny, and all of a sudden Lily comes up to me. Her ears are kind of down and her eyes are huge. And she's like really close to me. I'm like, what's going on? What happened? And I've just learned, you know what? There's thunder somewhere. She will tell me. It could be like 20 minutes away, but she'll come and tell me. Coming, do you hear it? And so there's kind of that sense of, there's like a rumbling, like something about you. People sense change. And maybe that could even make them anxious. The great change that they kind of feel around you before it even happens. That, yeah. I want to say you get mixed reactions, because it's taken me a while. I'm just a dumb human. It's taken me a while to think, like, why is Lily acting like this? Because every time, I want to say within 10 to 30 minutes, there's the storm. And then she looks at me like, see, I told you. I told you it was coming. So it's almost like I want to say, like, you know, that incoming storm that you create, you will get some people that won't understand why others are reacting a certain way around you, because they may sense the storm, but it's not there yet. So like, why are they acting like that? Like you may invoke odd reactions in people where some people may sense the storm even though they can't, it's not there. So they may become anxious and giddy, like Lily. Lily's like, what's going on? What's going on? Like they're almost anticipating this. And then other people kind of seeing them and seeing you and thinking like, I don't hear the storm. I don't know what's going on. what's going on? Like, right? It's kind of funny that. So, but the cards that come with it, okay, so the cards that come with it, you have the Daughter or the Page of Pentacles, the Mother of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. So those who need to know that the storm is coming in, right? Like, well, they're the ones that are probably going to be feeling weird. They may feel initially odd around you. Their attention is definitely drawn. Now, look at these cards. Do you see how, like, the Page, the Daughter, is immediately looking at the Buffalo? Like, whoa, attention, attention, attention. I sense this. I sense there's something about you that causes them to go in. It could even be like, I could even literally say like animals and kids, right? With this Page could have some sort of odd attraction to you in that way. And then the Mother of Swords, though, you can see like she's sort of starting to look, but not. This might even be the energy that is like the second energy. This is the one that immediately knows, oh, there's a storm with this. But then the mother is like, why are they acting like that, right? I don't know how this plays out, but it's how I'm getting it in this reading somehow. Now, what's interesting too is that I want to say somehow this comes out as more knowing than the Mother of Swords, which I never would have said that in a reading, because in terms of the major arcana, it's typically not as advanced as a queen, like a page. But it's almost because the Page has a sense of innocence and doesn't like have any, well, they're not closed off. Because the Mother of Swords her heart can be closed off because of things that she's been through. So that could be an indication too, right? Well, they're not recognizing the water. But the more innocent, naive, childlike, animal-like, they sense the oncoming storm of you. Whether they're ready for it or not, or they anticipate it, boom, it's just like something happens. Like there's some sort of like strong recognition that comes in. Larry, we talked about this. If you've got something to say, come and say it. Don't be way down there hollering, asking for attention. Get your ass over here. You want to say hi to people, you come over here and do it. See how he shuts up? But the minute my conversation is no longer directed towards him, I already gave you catnip today. I bet you he's laying on the front rug wanting me to give him catnip. I already gave him catnip today. I think he's getting addicted. I found Lily eating some of the flakes of it the other day. I'm like, what is going on in this house? They kissed through the banister last night. So I'm just taking a pause here. My cat and my dog, Lily and Larry. I was carrying Lily upstairs because she's lazy as shit. So once it's bedtime, if I don't, then she won't come up to bed till later. And then she feels rejected. Because anyways, I just carry her up to bed because she's a spoiled dog. And so I'm going up the stairs and there's the banister. And they're like, Larry's sitting there and they're kind of nose to nose. And she's just... So I leaned her in, holding her. And they come together. And Larry gave her a little lick. And she sneezed. It's kind of funny. Tuna breath. So, advice for you. Be stoic. Be stoic. Right? I want to say that too with this. It's kind of like, I'm not... Larry, get your ass... I'm going to close the door. I don't even know if he could... It's picking up him. Every time I start talking to you, it's like he's jealous. So, be stoic. Be stoic. There's parts of you that not everyone's supposed to know. I kind of wonder if it's like a dream or something that you have. I don't know. Because you got the 9 of Cups with this. You have the 7 of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the 9 of Cups. It's just the weirdest feeling in this reading. Like family dynamics. Like kids noticing things about you. And the parent, like, and not drawing the parent's attention. I'd be lying. It's coming in this reading. Okay, because you have the Sun. Look at there's a whole family showing up here. You have the Son of Pentacles, the Daughter of Pentacles, You have the Mother of Pentacles. You have the Father of Pentacles. Now, this is the thing that's getting me. It's almost like, but you got to be sneaky around the Father of Pentacles. That's advice here. Not everybody needs to know your dream or your wish. What are you up to? Oh, no. Because one of the kids is looking at you. One of the kids is looking at you. The Daughter of Pentacles. And who's this Mother? Mother of Swords. There's something really odd happening in this reading. This is the underlying. The Mother and the Son. And then you're either, or you're hiding, or maybe it's your wish. You're hiding it's your wish to be the Father. It could be. Or to be, or to, I don't know. I want to clarify that. There's a very subtle, and if you're not looking for it, you would miss it. But I saw it. Maybe it was almost like Larry was trying to distract me. You're much slyer. Because, right? You're sly. You're the hyena. And what's part of your advice here is to be sly. Not everybody needs to know everything about you. And you're doing that. Your mask is totally doing that. The innocent will see you more clearly. Innocence will perceive you more clearly than anything, really. So if you're being sly, I kind of want to say it's like it's seen, but it's seen immediately by the younger or the innocent. Oh, outcome if you follow the advice is peace and innocence. Isn't that interesting? So if you're doing something kind of sly, I don't feel like you're doing it for like bad reasons. But people who are not sort of like innocent and pure may immediately jump to a conclusion that you are, because they're not looking at you through the purity of their own eyes, right? They're looking at you through like sort of a foggy lens of something that's been adulterated or impure. So there is something here about hiding your dream from someone. And the innocent will see it. And those are the only ones that need to know. It's not funny. So outcome, right? Wow. Okay. Yes, the outcome is really, really good. When I was pulling out the cards, I thought, whoa, what's going on here? But then, like, it all ended. So you got the Lamb, you have the Three of Swords, the Two of Swords, and the World. So that ends. Like, it's closing off this cycle. It closes off a cycle of heartache, indecision, being at a crossroads, not sure how to move forward because a heart is broken, or like it purifies. It's purifying. Does this make sense to you? I don't know. And actually, this is even kind of like a purifying card, the Lizard. I don't even know how to clarify, because there's a lot of hidden messages in this reading. You are the hyena. The Nine of Pentacles. You do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. So there's a sense of sovereignty here with you, right? I'm the hyena. I can do whatever I want. The Father of Wands. It landed by the Seven of Swords. The Three of so the Three of Pentacles, like, so the Father Fool. It's almost like, oh, the mountain. You're changing something. You're changing something, like, remember the turtle in the mountain? Like, why? Why you? Because something's not right here. So you're changing the environment around the mountain. It's kind of kick-ass, actually. Really. It's almost like incorporating energies to do a rain dance around the mountain and produce the rain, right? Like to you know, well, the rains won't just come. So I need to I know by bringing the rain to the mountain, I can swim up to the top super fast and take a leap of faith here. Yes, interesting. I kind of want to say this is all your own idea. If you are working on some sort of idea, being the Father of Wands, like, I'm the one who came up with this idea. I'm doing it. I'm executing it. It's very like a self-empowered. So the 10 of Cups, I gotta say, I've never actually like seen an energy like this out of you guys. Like, I kind of like it. It's really, yeah, the 2 of Cups. Anyways, the Ace of Pentacles. So you have a new beginning. You're solid. It's good. Opportunity. I just heard opportunity knocks. So you answer the door. Opportunity knocks, you answer the door. The 7 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, and the 2 of Swords. Well, okay. The 2 of Swords is over here. Okay. So who you are is someone trying to come up with some sort of a plan, or trying to see the answer to, trying to figure out how to get to a really good place here. Because you've got this great energy. How do you get it to a really good place? That's kind of like there's a bit of a block here, right? You're standing at the bottom of the mountain. It's going to take forever to get to the top. Something stands in your way or something. But you are, whatever you're doing is, it's almost like you've made the rain fall. The rain is falling and this turtle will be able to swim. Because you're going to be closing off. If you follow this, so let's just follow the advice. Let's follow the advice. I don't even need to know the rest. All right? Either it resonates or it doesn't. Well, if it resonates, then like, if it doesn't, then the advice may not have any meaning to you. But, so let's go to the advice, because that's the most important part here. Because I can see right now that who you really are is trying to, hey, come and say hi, handsome. Is to try and, is everything okay? To resolve this difficult energy. Hi, hey. What's wrong? Nobody loving you? Oh, Larry. Nobody loving Larry? There you go. Larry, everybody. Everybody Larry. You okay? No. Yeah, maybe that was a bad idea. I was gonna clarify those. You look a little grumpy. You okay? He's purring for the camera. Yeah, you're all having a Larry ASMR moment. Oh, you want my attention. Okay. So I'm going to try to get started again. I will have edited this. Surely will have, because it was a long time. We've been about 20 minutes here. I think he's just been stressed. So I think there's a new cat in the neighborhood. And so anyways, long story short, Larry could not be contained anymore, like on the deck or in the yard. And so I got him like this. My son calls it his castle. But it's basically, he can go out his cat door and it's cool. It's this expandable meshed tunnel, and he walks through it and he has this big expandable like mesh, totally open concept tent, and he goes in it so he can get fresh air and go outside. It's temporary, and anyways, I can actually add on to it. So, because he really does like getting his fresh air. But if you don't know Larry was adopted. He was a stray cat in Egypt. So he was a rescue. But you know, once all his fur grew back and whatnot, we realized that Larry is a very expensive cat. I'm not sure if, it depends. He's either a cream point, which is the rarest, or a flame point ragdoll, they're both the two rarest of the ragdolls. So he's a fancy boy, but as my Virgo friend would say, he's not as fluffy as he looks, because he grew up on the streets. He's pretty tough, and he's really competitive with other cats. And but because, you know, he's contained, if I've got the windows open or a cat is coming around, he gets so anxious. He knows they're on the outside of the house. He's upset. He wants to go defend his territory. And it's just the last couple of the days have been tough. I've seen a new cat in the area, so I think it eats at his instincts. So he just needed a little bit. I think when he first came here and he was twitching his tail, he's totally relaxed now. He just needed a little bit of love, encouragement. Everything will be okay, and distract from it. Sometimes he's pretty good. I've seen him go in the basement when he's getting upset, when he knows cats or a cat is around the house. He'll go in the basement, I think, to try to take himself away from any sounds or smells, like to alleviate the tension. He's a tough guy. But he's also very smart, and he's a sweetheart. So that's Larry. He just needed a minute here. Don't we all sometimes, huh? Things going on that we can't control that upset us. And yeah, I think he just needed this. So we're going to go back to the advice, right? Is to be stoic. It's to be Larry. It is to be like, I don't even know how much of him you can see in the camera right now. But yeah, the lion. So I'm going to clarify the lion. So good. A handsome boy. I'm going to clarify the lion. This is advice for Cancer. The lion. The Six of Swords. Well, actually, I want to say it's kind of in reverse. So I want to say it feels right in reverse, because the lion is just sitting there, right? It's like being cool, calm, and collected. Like I tell him, not everybody needs to know you, Larry. Not everybody does. You're too special. Not everybody needs to know every aspect of you. You should just contain. I don't know why. There's something important here with a dream or a wish. There's this Father of Pentacles that I find intriguing. It's like you need to hide something from the Father, the Hanged Man. Observe this. Observe it to understand it. I don't know if it's the archetype of someone around you. It could be a boss. It could be somebody that could even be associated with this domineering energy, perhaps of the Emperor. There's the mask that has something to do with the mask that you're hiding behind. It could be responsibilities that you have, and to kind of mask any sort of dreams or wishes that you have when you're in that responsibility. How can you execute the Seven of Swords? They're being told they can be sly, Larry. The Eight of Wands. Well, that's curious. I just heard. Isn't that weird? It's not that, though. Because, well, it was a Pisces extended I was doing, and it was lightning strikes twice, and it ended up being a thing anyways. It's in my public service announcements, if you're interested. But lightning strikes twice. Big ham. This is being very, okay, because you're being told, right, to kind of hold back any sort of movement here with the Six of Swords and the Lion. And with the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Wands, I want to say it's being very covert with any type of movement or communications that you're doing. You need to be the hyena. You are and you can be, and you're supposed to do this right now. It's protecting a wish that not everyone needs to know about. The Nine of Cups. Do you want some tuna for lunch, Larry? Yeah, you want some tuna? He's spoiled. The Three of Wands. Oh, to protect the fact that this is coming in. There's a wish is coming in for you. Be very stealth-like around it. Maybe there's other people around that might want it. Maybe there's other people that might be jealous. Maybe there's other people that feel like you're moving on if you're attaining some sort of a wish or something like that for yourself. But hey, just got permission, Cancer, to be a little bit stealth. Hey, Larry? And the outcome will be peace and innocence with the Lamb. A fresh energy. The Four of Pentacles. Why are you shedding? I just brushed you the other day and you were at your groomer. What's going on? Is it distress? The Four of Pentacles. The Three of Swords. But this is what kind of looks like, could it be the Lamb could represent? Oh my gosh. I'm looking at the Lamb as I'm pulling out the Three of Swords. So I wanted to say this Lamb could even represent sort of like a youthful page-like energy. And then the page, the Daughter of Pentacles, comes out with the Three of Swords. It's some sort of plan here that's been held back in your life, that it's almost like you really only just got the beginnings of it and you couldn't move past that point. The Two of Swords, the Two of Wands. To go from being at a crossroads to being on target. And then the World, or being at a crossroad to get to your target. The World, it's completing an end. It's completing the cycle for you. Shoot, the World. The World and the Page of Cups. It's closing off some sort of a really tragic, difficult cycle and bringing in hope. Oh, it's the Wheel of Fortune. Well, the World, the Wheel of Fortune. They're both wheels. Right, Larry? They're both wheels. So, yeah, it is closing off a painful, difficult cycle. And it's opening up hope. And you be stealth about it, Cancer. Yeah. We're going to go do their extended. What's at the bottom? I might give Larry tuna first. Oh, Lily will need something. The Six of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. It's interesting. Something like from your work in the past. Or something that you've dreamed of or hoped for. A nostalgia around. What's wrong? You're anxious again. And perfecting it. What's wrong, mister? Keeps looking out there. I know, mister. I know. We're going to go do the extended. In the extended, I'm going to find out, Cancer, how you can release your full potential. I'm going to use the same decks. And yeah, we're going to see how they can release their full potential. I did say tuna, didn't I? I might give Larry tuna. And Lily lunch. Yeah, we'll probably have to do that. Here, you want to come down this way? Come. Here, look, you're leaving a trail. I'm going to have to vacuum now. Okay, happens. I shed too. Oh, so that's all I have, Cancer. I'm going to go do the extended. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye. Hey, bye, Larry.